And in our next story, we travel up to the Mississippi Delta, where we discover a man who is realizing his artistic potential in making bottle trees.
Gosh, I've probably been making bottle trees for around 12 years. Just about everybody that I have sold a bottle tree to nationwide, they have some kind of connection to the South. I think they are trying to hold on to the Southern tradition, keeping the Southern tradition alive. The bottle tree, as far as I can track it back, came from the Congo tribe in the 9th century, where the Congo tribe would place colored objects around the grave sites of their relatives to ward off evil spirits. Okay, then during the slave trade, that tradition came to the southern United States, and it kind of changed. The slaves would place bottles in trees in hopes that the evil spirit would go into the bottle and get trapped and not be able to get out. So it went from keeping them away to catching them. They would keep bottles in the trees for a period of time, and then they would remove it, put a cork in it, and throw it in the river, and the evil spirit would be gone down the river. But that's the tradition. Now, we want everybody to know, don't go throw anything in the river. The bottle tree man didn't tell anybody to throw anything in the river. EPA would be on me quick. The way I got started in the bottle tree business, I was at a party with my wife, and a friend of ours had a milk churn with concrete reinforcement rods with wine bottles on the rods. And I asked her what that was for, and she said that was to control her evil spirits. And so my wife said, well, make me a bottle tree. I threw together a bottle tree, and a friend asked for one, and another friend, and of course her mama wanted one, and her mama's best friend wanted one. So anyhow, she said, you know, we're selling a lot of these bottles, moving a lot of these bottle trees, why don't you start a business? And so we did.
I love his work because it's so graceful, the way that it goes up, and the bottles look so pretty on it. But you can even bend the limbs a little bit, but it's so graceful.
I ran into him one day at lunch in Greenwood and asked him had he ever built a bottle tree chandelier. And he looked at me like I was crazy and said, well, no, I hadn't. Well, a month later, or maybe longer, he called me up and said, I've got your chandelier built. Once we hung it and it just fit, it was just perfect.
A bottle tree for me is kind of a one of a kind. There are no two bottle trees exactly alike because they're all done by hand. Now they're going to be close. Of course, it's made out of cold rolled steel, which is just real smooth and slick. We bend it by hand to the shape we want it, and we get a pile of iron there, kind of bent like we want it, and then we weld it all together and shape it by hand. We put these little gold authentication tags on them that are stamped BTM. We have 4 or 5 different bottle trees. We have the baby, okay, and we have one that we call the bush, and it's 3 feet tall. It has 20 branches on it. And then we have the wicked, which is 5 foot tall. A fella told me one time that the branches look wicked, and so that's where it came with the wicked name. Okay, this is known as the super bottle tree. Of course, it has 64 branches on it. These little small branches are designed to hold the little 3-inch, 4-inch bottles, and therefore it gives you it has the wicked branch design, and it gives you the effect of little buds springing out on the branches. Not only do we do the trees, but we branch off into special orders. There's a bookstore downtown here in Greenwood called Turnrow Books, and they commissioned us to take a truck hood and cut the logo Turnrow Books in it with a cutting torch. We've done a special design for a friend of mine, Michael Udo from New Orleans. He wanted it to go on the front of his building. One Friday afternoon, I get a call from this lady. She wanted to buy her husband one that was having a birthday. The next day, I get a call from this lady. She said, there's been a little change. Instead of you shipping the bottle tree to California, we'd like you to bring it to Memphis tomorrow afternoon. She said, by the way, her husband's name is Steven Seagal. We put the bottle tree up, put the bottles around it. I played the harmonica around it. He said, now we got all this in place out here. He said, I'd like you to join us in the backyard for the birthday party. I like for, of course, my artwork for other people to appreciate it, you know, to bring a smile to somebody else's face, of course. Being a musician, traveling all over the United States, at one time I was playing 5 nights a week. I managed a 4,000-acre farm, and I was doing bottle trees also, okay? And it just got too much for me. So I said, okay, I need to slow down, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to combine my music talent and my artwork. And the way I did that, being a Christian, I told people, well, locally, the way it started, if they bought the large bottle tree and the bottles, the full meal deal as I call it, I would deliver it, okay, and I would play the harmonica around it, and we called it a Delta Blues Blessing. Well, this caught on so well that now people all across the United States, of course, I'm not able to deliver the bottle tree to them, but I ship the bottle tree out, they put it up, they have a party, they call me on the phone, and I play the harmonica through the telephone to them.
Well, he's kind of a free spirit too, but he's very dedicated to his work as building these bottle trees, and it's just wonderful that he's kept this tradition alive.
We like to pride ourselves in our artwork that we do that keeps more of a design of a tree. And then, of course, we do the special deals like the chandelier and the special orders. I tell the people that call, if you can dream it, we can make it.